What if the struggles, the heartaches, the really tough situations in your life, even your family, were something you chose? What if this wasn't an accident, but that you chose that before you came down to this life on the earth right now? I know it sounds unbelievable, but when I realized this truth, my entire life shifted. Hi, I'm Renu Mehta Chang. If you are struggling with any emotional heaviness or any pain on a physical or spiritual or mental or emotional level, I am here for you. I work with women and men, helping them to find the root causes of what is causing that feeling of being stuck or being unhappy or not finding joy in their life, or helping them to get out of that rat race and stepping outside of that cycle and looking at it with a new perspective, with balance and harmony. I'm here to help you. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning back, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here in this spiritual awakening community together. It is such a wonderful place for us to grow together and learn as the world is shifting, the earth's vibrations rising, and all of us here know it's not just for those lower 3D emotions, but we're here for a big, major reason. It is not coincidence that you have found this channel. You are here because you know that there is something bigger out there than what the world has shown you before. So I welcome you. I encourage you to leave a comment. I'd love to communicate with you and riff on any ideas you have. And as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really helps me get my message out there because I am here to help serve, and I'm here to help as many people as I can to heal and to grow and to live a full and balanced and harmonious life. Can you believe that your soul chose to come down here and has chosen all the situations that you're experiencing? There was a time when I absolutely would not have believed that, and I would have said, you're crazy. But after doing all of the work that I've been doing in the last so many years, working in the Akashic realm and talking with my Akashic lords and the spirit guides and guardian angels and the angels, it is absolutely makes sense to me why I chose this life that I'm living and why I chose for all the lessons and the hardships and the difficulties for me to experience that has brought me to this moment. But if you pull back and look at your life, you have chosen this life. You have chosen to have soul contracts with people. Now, what is a soul contract? And what does this all mean? Our soul contracts are agreements that our souls have made to help us evolve, to help us heal, to help us learn and grow and serve others. Before your soul came down into this life, into this consciousness, you made a plan. And you chose people that you were going to interact with. You're going to say, hey, I'm going to learn a lesson from you, and you're going to learn a lesson from me. We're going to teach each other. And then you guys wrote it out together to say, we are going to be the ones to share this lesson and this, or to break this karmic pattern. And then you guys came down into this earth, this life right now. Now, with soul contracts, there are lessons to learn and experiences that you are to have. But this is a free will realm. So the earth is a place where even if you made a soul contract, your soul might be like, hey, you know what? I don't want to do that anymore. I want to do this. And you might veer off your path. And that's okay. The universe, your angels, the guides, they're constantly giving us information to kind of get us back on track. And sometimes we do get that realization and we get back on track. And sometimes we don't. And that's neither right or wrong. It's because what you choose for your life is exactly right for you. Now, some of those hardships, some of those really difficult moments in your life, you have determined you would go through them before you come down. And for example, I have a family member that always asks me, so you're telling me, Renu, that if I know someone that is dealing with addiction or abuse, that they chose to live that in this life and to go through that? And my answer is yes. I know it sounds crazy. And he was bewildered when I answered him. But the reasoning why is, let's say it's, for example, abuse. Abuse tends to be a cycle, a karmic cycle that comes down and that is done over and over and over again, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, and generational. It can be passed down, a genetic imprint. And so sometimes the soul says, no, no more. I am stopping that in this life. I am going to be the one to stop it. So what happens? That soul will come down and we'll experience it, but then we'll get out of it. We'll get help, go to healing groups. We'll work through it and stop that abuse cycle in its tracks so that it cannot continue on for future generations. Same thing with addiction. Some souls come down and they say, I'm going to tackle addiction. Now, addiction is a huge thing to tackle, and that's a lot for a soul to contend with. So they might only have that issue or that lesson to learn in their lifetime because it's so big. And some people really handle it really well and some don't. And it's all because of the choices that they make in their life. But that is the lesson. That is the big thing that they are working on. It's also believed that when your soul comes down, and if you have siblings, you know who your siblings are going to be. You choose your parents. You know what lessons you're going to learn from them. It's also been proven by epigenetics that we carry up to 7 generations worth of genetic imprints that come with us in each lifetime. So if someone's dealing with addiction, for example, that's a lot. So they might say to their sibling, hey, can you take on these genetic imprints and all of this stuff because I got a big one? And the sibling will be like, sure. Now, if you're an only child, then what those genetic imprints get distributed between you and your cousins. So all of this is pre-planned before your soul comes down. And then when your soul comes into this lifetime, there is this veil of forgetfulness. We don't know. We don't remember. And it's the hope that we do remember that we have chosen this so that we can shift our perspective from saying, why is this happening to me? Why does this always happen to me? To what am I going to learn from this? What is the reasoning why I am experiencing this right now? There's got to be a bigger picture. And that helps you to shift from victimhood to empowerment. You know, I just had a final healing within my being of a pain that I've been struggling with since I was 14. Massive pain in my neck, shoulders, and back. I've had it for 30 plus years. And I just had my final clearing of getting rid of this cross. It was in the shape of a cross that I have been carrying in this lifetime from not only what I dealt with in another lifetime, but from genetic imprints that I took on in this life. I said, I'll take it all, guys. I said to my siblings, you guys deal with what you're dealing with, but I'll take this stuff. And it was very heavy. It was very painful. It took me 3.5 years of active healing and consciousness and awareness to literally get rid of it and to heal it. And I'm saying to you, we all are carrying stuff from our ancestors that we don't need anymore, plus our own stuff. And so with these soul contracts, we want to learn these lessons because then we want to heal them. We want to let them go. We don't need to have them in our system anymore. We can allow ourselves to see them, to acknowledge them, and then to heal them, and then allow them to leave our bodies. And some relationships that you have carry lessons, even the painful ones, because sometimes there's no way to learn a lesson unless it's a hard way, right? So it's really special and important to be aware of the relationships that you have that are difficult, because that is a master class for you. You are learning a lot in that moment, in that relationship, about yourself, about the communication, about whatever lesson or repeating pattern that keeps coming up. That is why that's happening for you. And it doesn't mean that we deserve trauma. but our souls are utilizing that to help us understand its purpose. And we forget on purpose. As I mentioned before, we come down into the earth and we don't remember. So we can really live, feel, grow, and make choices authentically. And that's how then we stay on path, we deviate, we come back. That's how our lives are to be. And when you remember your soul contracts, it awakens a deeper knowledge and depth within you and brings you to a deeper path. When you stop asking, why is this happening to me? But how is this helping me to grow? What lessons can I learn here? What is this teaching me? Makes everything shift in your life. The empowerment of reclaiming your soul's choices and the healing that comes from releasing the guilt and the blame. You're not here by accident. You're not broken. You are not lost. Your soul is right on time. Have you ever felt like this before? Have you ever felt like you have chosen this life? I'd love to hear more from you. Pop a comment in and let me know. Remember, your soul chose this moment, even the hard ones. And if you need any more guidance or any help, send me a message. I'd love to help you. And I love you. And I'm sending you a lot of love, peace, harmony, and joy. Bye for now.